Hi, I'm Sophia from Singapore, and it has been 1 year since my surgery at Gyalumhan Clinic with Eunogo concierge service. After the surgery and after going through the full recovery process of 1 year, I must say that I actually surprisingly feel even more confident about myself, which is something that I never thought that I would. And being able to wake up and not be annoyed with the little things that used to bug me, that was quite a relief actually. Yeah, overall I would say 1 year on, it's been such a wonderful experience. I had a forehead lift, double eyelids, my nose done, as well as facial liposuction. So I had actually never heard of a forehead lift before, and in fact, prior to the surgery, there were actually lines on my forehead, which I was slightly annoyed about. So the doctor actually recommended me to get a forehead lift to not only get rid of those lines, but to also help give my eyes and my eyebrows a slight lift, and overall enhance how I look. I would say that the forehead lift has certainly helped make the overall look that I have today even more brighter and more awake. No, I would say that there's almost no pain. If I had to compare the pain I felt after the surgery, it was almost like a wisdom tooth surgery, which I've actually done before. Honestly, it wasn't painful to me. It was just a little bit sore, but I would say it's almost zero pain.
Were you scared about the pain before or the change?
Yeah, actually I was a bit scared, which is why I asked my husband to accompany me. But the moment I woke up after surgery, I felt like I didn't need him anymore. My recovery process was actually very smooth and quite fast. It was just the day after the surgery I was able to get up and walk about, go out to the streets of Seoul and just move about, and my daily lifestyle was not affected at all. I did have the opportunity to go back to Seoul for 2 checkup surgeries within 1 year. Each time I went back for a checkup with Dr. An and Dr. Kim, I was actually able to track my recovery process through the photos that I took at the clinic. I think all in all, it was really smooth and I would say painless. I would say it would take about 2 weeks from the surgery for one to be able to go back to work, mainly because within the 2 weeks it's quite important to be well rested and let the bruising and any swelling subside. And after the 2 weeks, you can really just go back to work and go about your day as usual. For anyone who is not exactly sure on which clinic to look for, a concierge service like Eunogo is definitely the first stop that you should go, because they are most aware of all the clinics and the quality of the clinics, particularly in Seoul, which is a very popular place to get cosmetic surgeries done. It's not just a professional service that they're able to offer you. linking you up with the right doctors for your needs, but also the kind of emotional support that you would actually surprisingly need while you're in a foreign country on your own. And during the recovery, when I was in Seoul, I got to meet two Eunogo staff who were very conscientious, and they were able to help me understand my procedures better. And after the surgery, they were always there for me, and they checked in on us every day. I think that was really a value-added service, if I must say. So I definitely rely on Eunogo to recommend the best doctors for my needs. So in my case, I came to them with the concern about my eyes and my face when they told me that Gyalumhan is the preferred clinic to address my concerns.
Did you do any other research to verify the options?
Yeah, so Eunogo actually also shared the CV of the doctors, and I did my own research online. I went to the clinic's website, and of course, social media, and just a general search on the internet, and that was able to help me understand the whole process before going for the surgery, and of course, being able to see success stories from the clinic's website. That was also quite assuring. He was already supportive from the start, and like I said, I was confident about myself, and which is something that he valued about me. After the surgery, with the initial bandage and the swelling, it was of course quite shocking to him and to myself. But almost after 2 weeks, when the bandages came off and the stitches came off, the result of the surgery was very natural. And over the recovery process of 1 year, the swelling subsided gradually over 1 year, and it was very natural. And in fact, if I asked him now, or even like colleagues now and friends, do they even remember how I used to look? All of them would say no, they don't remember. They think that I've always looked like this all the while. The funny thing is that actually, when the story was published, right, I had friends who actually did not see the paper. They did see my pre-wedding photos, and they were wondering who was my makeup artist. Yeah, so I actually used that Liana Zaopao article to break the news to them. Prior to getting the surgery done, I did bring up the fact that I was going to get married 4 months later. And the doctors, and of course, the staff at Eunogo, they were able to assure me that after 4 months, majority of the swelling would have subsided and the bruises would have been healed. So I went in with the assurance that I would be ready for my wedding. When it did come to the wedding day, I looked the best that I could. I'm very thankful for them, for the attention that they have given me, and I must say that also at Gyalumhan, they are really very caring, and they treat their patients like a family member. Yeah, and I've been back to Gyalumhan 2 times after the surgery, and each time I go back there, it's like seeing friends again. I think the experience has been almost like having a friend with you, which is something that I also never exactly expected. So from the start, they were already very professional with the way they explained to us about the surgeries that we were getting. Once we actually were in Seoul, and especially after the surgery, when you're all weak, and of course with all the bandages up, your morale might be a bit low, but having the staff from Eunogo there checking in on us every day, that kind of showed me that it's not just a professional service that they offer, but it's also an emotional support. And to a certain extent, I would say it's like having a friend with you during a challenging period.
How would you describe Eunogo in one word?
I think instead of using one word, I would say that, the experience with Eunogo has been eye-opening and quite a transformation, because prior to the surgery, I was already confident about myself and happy about how I look. But going through the experience of having surgery done in Korea and meeting the very caring staff at Eunogo, to where I am today, one year on, looking better than I did before. I never thought that I would actually reach a higher level of confidence or a higher level of happiness. That has honestly been the biggest upside to this whole experience.